This video, I'll show you how to use draw commands for AutoCAD 2018. Now let's get started. Draw commands are usually associated with the object layer, so let us set my current layer to an object layer. For the most basic draw command, we'll use line, and the shortcut is L. We can specify the X coordinate or the Y coordinate, and switching from both coordinates you press tab. But right now, we're just going to click on any point. And we can specify the length and the angle by pressing tab. For this video, I'd like it to be 1. Now we can continue doing this. Let's try to make a square. Now what if I'd like to draw 3D objects? Drawing 3D in 2-dimensional space, the general rule is to use 30 degrees for 3D objects. I'll show you what I mean. I can create a line from this point over here, specify the unit to 1, and the angle to be 30 degrees. As you can see, the line was 30 degrees in reference to this line. That is because AutoCAD uses a default feature for angles, which goes in a counterclockwise mode. 0 degrees in the right side, 360 degrees towards the left. Now let's continue with our cube. Now we have our cube. Let's try to draw a polyline. A shortcut for a polyline is PL. And polylines are used to create polygons. The difference between a line and a polyline: a line is a distinct object. It is an independent whether it's connected on different lines, while a polyline, when you create it, it is all dependent to each other. It is considered as one object. Let me show you. Now if I select this, I only select one line. If I select the polyline, I select everything. Now, polyline has a special property. It is called half width. In that half width, there is a starting thickness and an ending thickness. I'll show you what I mean. As you can see from the settings in the bottom, let us click on half width. I'll set the starting half width to be 0.5 thickness, and the ending half width to be 0.2 thickness. Let's try if I keep creating polylines. Now that the half width is constant, that is because I didn't reuse the settings. Now let's move on to circles. Here is the section where you can find most of the drawing tools, and there are many settings for a circle. We'll go through them one by one. The shortcut for the circle command is C. Now let's try the center radius. We'll just specify a center point, and we will specify the length of the radius. Let's have a unit radius of 1. Now what happens if we select the diameter setting? Specify the center, same center, with a diameter of 1. As you can see, the diameter of this circle is 1, but the radius of this circle is 1. Now how about the 2-point? The 2-point circle means that you have to create a circle based on the 2 endpoints, as you can see from the figure. Now let's try this. I'll try to select 2 endpoints from this cube over here. Here and here. How about the 3-point circle? The 3-point circle is for 3 endpoints. Now let's see how this works. I'll try to choose the 3 points of this cube. This one, and this. Now based on these 3 points, I am able to create a circle around it. What if I'd like to create a circle that is tangent to this circle and this circle? That's when I will use the tangent radius. Here, I'll specify the first tangent, and I'll specify the second tangent. And I'll have to specify the radius. Let's try the radius of 2 units. As you can see, it created a circle that is tangent to both this circle and a tangent to this circle. Now let's try the final command. Tangent, tangent, tangent. This command requires you to choose 3 points that the circle will be tangent to. Now let's try this, this, and this. As you can see, it created a circle that has tangent on 3 points of these 3 lines. So that's it for the circle. Let me clear these circles to clear up the workspace. Also this polyline. Now let's try the arc. Now there are many different ways for you to create arcs, but most of them are just rearranged in different order. It depends on your drawing, which could best fit your drawing. Now let's try with the start, center, end. Basically you need to choose 3 points. The start point of the arc, the center of the arc, and where the arc will end. Let me show you. Specify the starting point, specify the center point, and specify the end point. If I'd like to create a full semicircle, I could do this 180 degrees, or I could do 90 degrees, I could do 45, or 150. Now let's try the start, center, angle. Here you need to specify the starting point, specify the center point. Now you need to choose the angle. Let's say, what if I choose 150 degrees? I'll remove the original arc. As you can see, from the starting point and the center point, the arc was created onto 150 degrees and not 180. Now let's try to start center length. Specify the start point, specify the center point, and let's say here. Now from the start point and this end point, that is the length of 0.7 units. Now this one's new. Let's try this start, end, and direction. First we specify the start point, specify the end point, and look, as you can see, there's a red line that is tangent to the arc. Now you just need to specify the measure of angle. For example, I'd like it to be 30 degrees. The direction is 30 degrees tangent to the arc. That's why it is very large. Now keep in mind that I turned off the ortho mode, because the ortho mode only restricts direction to 90 degrees. Now those are some ways on how to construct arcs. Those are drawings that require lines. But how about if we want to do shades? To shade a drawing, to shade an area, you need to use the hatch command. I'll show you how to do it. First, let us switch to the hatch layer that we created in the last video. Let's type in HA for the hatch command. We need to pick the internal point, but first let us modify the settings of the hatch by clicking here. Here you can change the pattern. There are many different patterns. Let's try brick. We can also change the color. Let's try red bricks. This angle applies to other types of patterns, for example the sideways hatch or the cross hatch. And if you specify the angle, it will change. But for bricks, you don't really need to specify the angle because they're all in the 90 degrees direction. 90, 0, 180. Now if you'd like to create a creative hatch, which is not really recommended for engineering drafting, you can go to gradient. Now this you can create shades that are gradient in color. You can modify them. I'll pick an internal point. How about in the circle? So there we go. That's for the hatch command. So that's it for this video. For more tutorials on AutoCAD 2018, save this playlist and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.